So I haven't done my shopping for a while. So today I'm making pomegranate and mango salad. So I'm just going to start with the pomegranate because that always takes me the longest. And I'm sure that there is an easier way than the way I do pomegranates. But I will just do it my way because I don't think it really matters. Although I do make a bit of a mess. So if you know a simpler way of getting the beautiful pomegranate seeds out of a pomegranate, then let me know if you want to. But if not, I will do this. I might not video all of me doing all of the whole pomegranate because it might get a bit boring for you. But we'll see how we go. I really like pomegranate, but sometimes you can be a bit disappointed when you first open it to see if the colour is not quite right. And I think it's always nice to see when it's nice and pink. I'll move that out of the way. So this recipe, I think I'm making it how I first saw it. So, but sometimes, I do adapt things a bit. But this recipe actually, it's not mine. I saw it on there's a program called Dinner Date where people go around to other people's houses for a first date to see if they like them. And actually, this was one of the recipes on there. And there's normally lots of recipes on those kind of things, and I don't normally remember them. I don't normally kind of bother to go and look for the recipes afterwards. But on this occasion, I seem to be able to remember it because it looked nice, it looked refreshing, and more importantly, it looked very simple. Something that I could just do quite easily. So the pomegranate, obviously, this is probably the bit that takes the longest, is seeding the pomegranate, but it's obviously worth it, and actually I've got time this morning to do it. So I'm just preparing this before my friend comes over later for dinner. So it's good to prepare this in the morning when you want to eat it, just because it's got chilli in it. And it's good to let the chilli kind of settle in and make the rest of the ingredients a little bit spicy as well. So obviously if you don't like chilli, you can make it without chilli as well. And it is nice if it has a little bit of time to sit in the fridge so that it can be a bit cold when you serve it. So you can serve it with a whole range of things. Sometimes I serve it with chicken. Sometimes I serve it with, I could probably do it with salmon as well. I'm not sure I've had it with salmon. Today I'm going to have it with the ribs that I will make as well. So it's really up to you, whatever you want to serve with the salad. Obviously, if you're just doing it maybe for two people or just for yourself, maybe you won't need to use the whole pomegranate. So again, just adjust how much you want to make. Now, I'm going to warn you, if you've got very white kitchen walls, sometimes the pomegranate does go a little bit awry, a little bit on its own direction as you're popping it out. I do sometimes use a knife to flick them out like this, but sometimes I find that it gets more of the white bits as well, so it just depends really what you feel like doing. It's nice to be able to make a video again. I haven't done one for a few weeks just because everything with work has been quite busy and in my life. So I think sometimes I just do these when I'm in the right mood, so it's quite nice to find myself in the right mood to record one of these for you. We're nearly there, nearly done half of the video, of the pomegranate. So what I'll do is once I finish this little bit, I will stop the video and then I won't bore you with the other half, but I'll do it and then I'll re-record when I go on to the next bit. And as I said, this is the longest bit, but I do also want to kind of be realistic with these videos as well, because I don't want it to be like that, it takes 2 minutes to make, because it doesn't. So you need probably, maybe 20 minutes, something like that, to make this, so you can do it calmly and not rush. But yeah, so there is half of the pomegranate in there, and I will do the other half and come back to you. Okay, so we're back again. I've done all the pomegranates in there. That probably took me about maybe another 3 or 4 minutes as well. So next we're going to do the mango, which is also always a surprise when you buy mangoes in the UK as to what colour they're going to be on the inside, how hard they're going to be. And actually this one I only got yesterday, and at the minute I'm having my shopping delivered, so I didn't get to pick this out myself, which I would normally, and then I'd be able to see how soft the mango is, what colour it is and things like that. But I didn't, so actually I was quite lucky because this one is quite nice. It's quite ripe, it's quite good size as well. Now there's always conversations about how do people peel mangoes. Well, I don't know, I've had conversations with people about how they peel mangoes or how they prepare them. So I normally peel half, although I was distracted now talking, and then I just slice it, score it like that, and then like that. So for this, I'll just take that bit off there as well. So for this salad, you want the pieces quite small so that they can, the juice from the mango and things can get in with all the other, with the fruit and the lime that we'll put in, the coriander and the chilli as well. So just want it's a bit juicy, don't worry about that. So I do that, I score it that way, and then score it that way, and then I just slice it off the top and pop it in. Now some bits of this is a little bit too ripe, so they're not coming off as proper chunks, but that's alright because it will just add to the juice of the salad, so not too worried about that. And as with anything, the proof is in the pudding of the flavour as well. So yeah, this is quite nice and ripe. I've been to countries where mangoes are native to those countries, and I've had some very, very beautiful tasting mangoes. And actually in the countries where mangoes, well, in one of the islands that I went to, I don't know about all of them, but actually you can eat the mango. If you're getting a mango straight off the tree, then you can eat it with its skin on, a bit like we would eat an apple. So was quite an interesting find for me. I found that quite interesting. But obviously it's only if you know that it's come off the tree and that it's clean and things like that. So I'm not suggesting you go to pick mangoes off the ground and then eat them if you're in those tropical places, and definitely not suggesting you eat a mango in the UK that you bought from a shop that has its skin on, because obviously it's done an awful lot of travelling and an awful lot of different things have been in contact with it. But yeah, so we'll just take all this off. This is a very juicy mango, but I'm not complaining. I'd rather have it this way than when it's too hard. I'm going to be completely honest with you, sometimes I just take the bits of juice off the stone as well at the end and just eat them. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that juice out because it is quite juicy, so I don't want to lose that mango juice. So we'll just scrape that like that in there. I really like mangoes. I do have a question for anybody if they want to reply in the comments or anything, is if you were a fruit or a vegetable, what one would you be? Now, I'm not actually sure if anybody's ever going to watch these, but I'm enjoying making them, and that's my main reason for doing it. As you can see, my hands are all mango-y, so I'm just going to go and wash my hands quickly. Okay. So that's the end of the mango going in, so just pop those bits in the bin. Obviously you can put them in a compost bin so they can decompose naturally if you have one to help the environment. Right, move that away. So now I've got some coriander, so I'm just going to chop it up into small bits. So you can just buy this. You can grow coriander obviously like as a herb, but I haven't grown coriander, so I bought some in a packet. But it's better to use like fresh coriander. Don't use kind of dried or powdered coriander, because this kind of adds a leafy green to the salad as well. So I'm just going to pluck off some of these bits. I don't know if I use it all actually, I might. We'll see. But I will just pause the video for a minute and then I will come back once I've finished chopping up this coriander. Okay, so we're back again with my little pile of coriander. So I've just taken it off the main stems and then I'm just going to chop it roughly. It doesn't have to be too perfect or anything, just chop it roughly a couple of different directions. Just make sure that it's fairly even size, but as I said, it doesn't matter too much. And I'm hoping that some of these videos will just inspire people to try a different recipe or not. If not, I'm hoping at some point, well, I'm hoping either that someone in my family or any future grandchildren or anybody like that might find them useful as well. So that's my hope for making these. So that now we've got our coriander, our pomegranate and our mango in a bowl. Just a normal bowl, you don't need anything fancy. And we'll just chop our lime in half. You can grate the zest, some zest of it as well, but I'm not going to today. So I'm going to squeeze probably, this is quite a juicy lime, so again it's a bit dependent on the lime that you've got, especially when you're living in a country where limes don't grow naturally. So just to see how much, I'm going to put half in, so I like it quite, this gives it a nice kind of tang to it. And mixes well with the chilli as well. And then I'm going to use the other half of that later on to squeeze onto the ribs when we're eating as well. So that's the lime then, and then the last bit of ingredients is chilli powder. So you can use fresh chilies or dry chilies, which I do sometimes use, but I don't have any in the cupboard today, so I'm just using a little bit of powdered chilli. But yeah, obviously if you don't like chilli, don't put it in. You probably don't need very much. This chilli powder is quite strong, so yeah, again, you just need to know how strong the chilli powder is and how much you want, how spicy you want it. And as I've said that, I realise that my friend I think doesn't like too much spice, but hopefully this will be alright because it'll be mixed in with other things. And then that's it, and then you just give it a good mix. So we've got all the pomegranate, all the mango, all the lime, all the coriander, a little bit of chilli. Just mix it all in like that, and then once you've given it a good mix, just either cover it with a plate possibly, and then you don't have to use cling film, so that saves the environment as well, and also saves you having to buy cling film. So you can just cover it with a plate and pop it in the fridge for a few hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours, but if you've got a bit more, then leave it in for the whole day as well. And that is it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a go and yeah, happy eating. Thanks. Bye.